Hi guys, Leona here with Empowering Wellness. It is Tuesday. It is book club day, and I'm so excited to have Amanda. It's Let's Get Into Shape. It is all about spreading happiness across planet Earth. So this month is the month of April. April shower brings May flowers, but we are not showering anything but love and sunshine and happiness. So if you have not had a chance to get your book, make sure you grab the link below. We will add it into the comments on our live today, and we will make sure that you get your copy. I know that she also does signed copies, so I got to have a special little dedication and signing in my book. I'm so excited. And it got here just in time to be able to start in our virtual book club. So we were waiting for Amanda to get on. I am jumping on my foot machine because it is healing time for me. So I'm in my Zenden. So you can see all my cool products in the waiting room here. This is my little area of my office. And so I'm getting on my foot frequency machine, bumping up the levels so that I'll be grounding and healing while we're talking. So Amanda, if you are online, you want to make sure that you are hitting join me on camera and getting the exception in there. So you want to make sure that you are adding yourself to the camera so that I can accept your invite live here. And for whatever reason, I'm not seeing where we can share it into the group yet. So I'll share it in later. So we want to make sure that you're jumping on live. Make sure that you're on your phone. That is going to be the best way to join in live. You got to be on your phone. I recommend earbuds for all my authors that are coming in. It's a way that you can hear a lot clearer. And for those that don't have their book, we'll make sure that we put the link in there so that we can start getting 52 happy hints to turn your frown upside down. So there is a little camera button on your phone camera. I thought you knew how to come live with me. So there's a little add into camera. You want to say that you're watching it. There's a little link down there that says add me in, and I accept your invitation. So you want to make sure you're inviting yourself and make sure you're on your phone. This is not a laptop thing. It is a phone thing. Facebook only lets you go live with another person if you are on your phone, and then earbuds help with the sound quality. As you guys see, I'm still rocking my spring cut. This pink is fading out nicely, but I'm loving it. There you are. Wants to join your video. Yes. We want to approve you. Sending requests. Now you're going to see the thing. You're going to hit yourself up from the camera because we want to make sure that we're in the frame because it'll split us in half. Yeah, perfect. So make sure you back yourself up a little bit so we can see all of you because it split screens us.
Gotcha.
Yes, perfect. You made it. Welcome, Amanda. How are you today?
I am doing lovely. Yeah, I did not see the little camera thing. It just like disappeared, and then all of a sudden you were like, there's a camera thing. And I'm like, hey, there it is. So we're here.
We're here. It works. I don't know. I always say I'm becoming friends with technology, you know? So a good thing Mercury is direct and it's, with all the other planets behaving. So we should be pretty good for this month. So we'll see.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So how are you today?
I am doing great. Just finished with my last clients and have a chance to get home. So I am tuning in from the Zen Den and getting on my foot frequency machine here. I just got some new cool products from a local, I would say herbalist, some tallow products that have some like cool healing stuff like arnica and things like that. Good. Some with magnesium, great for sleep. So yeah, really, really excited about some new products on the shelf. So yeah, that's where I'm coming in from. And yes, Amanda also has a cute new haircut, little spring cut. I love it. Looks fabulous.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You inspired me.
Yay! So glad. It feels good. People forget the hair holds energy, right? So when we cut off that energy, it helps to like refresh and bring in some newness. So yeah, it's a great thing for
Awesome.
spring cleaning to get a spring cut.
Yes, indeed. And great timing. Great timing. And I love it. It makes me feel lighter, you know?
Yes,
So,
exactly. So tell us, my dear, how did you get inspired to write this amazing book? What brought you to this wild world of writing this for the collective?
uh, in just a second, because I first of all just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm delighted to meet you first of all, face to face, because we've been messaging back and forth for a while. So I'm glad to finally see you in person. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm just loving this group, and I'm loving what you're doing. Allowing the authors just to share their gifts and their magic, and it's just so beautiful, and I love being part of it in all aspects, and I just want to say thank you so much.
You're so welcome. I see Mary is online with us. Hello, my dear. It's
Hey
so
there.
great to have fellow artists following each other and authors and supporting one another. That's what I really want, is to build this community. So if we're not part of the community, make sure we're inviting people into the actual group. If you're watching this live with us now, put hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, put hashtag replay. And remember, if you don't get it at all on this channel, we will be making a playlist for Amanda for YouTube as well, to be able to share on all the platforms.
How lovely. I love that. Thank you. Yay. Okay, so I just want to get into a little bit about happiness to begin with. It it lights me up just talking about it. And one of the things that's just like is mind blowing to me, and I just want to kind of share with you guys because it kind of leads into what I'm going to talk about today is the definition of happiness. You know, yeah, sure. You can pretty much talk to anybody, and they will say that happiness exists. You know, but I have yet to find one clear cut definition of happiness, and it's just amazing to me. And to think about it too is like one of the ways I've thought about it is like there's 8 billion people, more than 8 billion people on this earth, and so none of us experiences it, defines it, expresses happiness the same way. So that's like 8 billion ways plus to define it and to have this concept just like there. And I, that's just amazing to me. I love talking to people about it because I like to know their versions, and it's again just totally lights me up. Um, and what's even more interesting is that even in the same person, there's never the same exact definition. Um, and I guess that's where I'm going to be leading into with with this today. Because
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but in your in your times of injury, I'm sure your idea of happiness wasn't exactly what the idea is now. Am I correct there?
Oh yeah, and since I'm still, in my healing process, it's defined very differently. Like today I got like good news or happy news because my foot hasn't shifted that alternatively like more out of disformed shape than it already is from one x-ray to the other. And like the doctor and I laughed, we're like, we have to celebrate the little wins. Like that's a happy moment, that it's not any greater worse than it was beforehand. It's kind of like maintaining its integrity, which shows that like all the things I've been doing has been working. So it was kind of like happy news. And I feel like if you were to ask me what my definition of happy, I would say it would depend on the state that I was in, the being state, if I could embody it. And there's like these little moments that can create happiness. And with our perspective, happy can be so relative. Like today, that was like happy news for me, but like another person be like, yeah, but your foot's broken still. Like you still can't
Right.
walk on it. You still can't work part time. I'm like, yeah, but it's still saying the same, which is meaning not getting worse, which is like good news, which makes me happy, right? Like, so it's so funny. Like, if you ask people in different situations, that you're definitely going to get different answers. So that's such a good point that you said, with 8 billion of us in the world. Like we're all going to share it, experience it, and express it different ways, and we're all going to embody moments differently to share that happiness. So what a great awareness.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that you were able to celebrate that. That's one of the things that I enjoy most, is being able to celebrate those little things. And for a time, and then of course this little baby, the kind of the backstory behind it is my time where, if you would have asked me to define happiness, I don't really think I actually could have. And if you were to ask me, anything about it, I probably would have told you that it's not even on my radar, and it was not even a place for me. And that sounds very strange, considering that I call myself spreader of the happy. But I had, I guess, what I like to call it, I had a happiness awakening. As many people have a spiritual awakening, I had a happiness awakening. And S.H.A.P.E came out of this happiness awakening, and believe it or not, it was two of the most, I would say, the worst times of my life that this happiness awakening and beautiful thing came from. And so, just to lay it out there, I've been dealing with chronic health issues since I was age 15, and I'm 44 now. So we got lots and lots of years of practice with this. And I would have flare-ups, and my things goes wrong. Extreme joint pains and extreme exhaustion, and it had gotten, I'd have flare-ups, things like that, and then all of a sudden I had a flare-up that just never went away, and I was dealing with the daily of, my body just kind of crumbling around me. And it had gotten to the point where I had lost my ability to walk. And, along with those kind of things comes a lot of other circumstantial things. Like, I couldn't work, so I lost my job. My marriage kind of tanked at the time, so not so good there. And I was losing friends left and right. And keep in mind too, at this point in time, it was not like, hey, let's hop on Zoom and keep in touch that way. It was very much out of sight, out of mind. So if I wasn't at work hanging with people, nobody really thought about me. I wasn't, it definitely was out of sight, out of mind. And with those kinds of things, the isolation set in, the depression set in, and I just lost connection. I lost connection with myself, and I lost connection with the world, basically, and not a real happy place to be. But then in comes another not real happy event, if you will, world event, COVID-19. And what happened there, I noticed that, a lot of people were experiencing the same, like, overwhelming, all at once life upheaval as I was. Now, granted, different things completely, but, we were afraid of the unknown. Many of us lost our jobs. A lot of us couldn't move. Mobility was restricted. Granted, it wasn't like, my physical mobility, but leaving your house, very, very restricted. Seeing people, very restricted. And it kind of dawned on me. I was like, man, for the first time, the world is experiencing what I've been experiencing, all in my little, isolated cocoon, And for once I was happy. Yeah. And how sad is that? But I was happy because I found connection. I found connection within myself and with other people again. And just like, your good news of the, the foot hasn't regressed. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm happy. This is great. I'm celebrating this connection that I've found, but it's the most horrible connection that I can possibly think of. And basically, I realized that no matter where we were in the world, no matter what our circumstances were, we could all be linked through pain and suffering. And yeah, that was all fine and good, but I was like, I'm not buying that. I want something different, And that's where S.H.A.P.E came from. Spreading happiness across planet Earth. It was my choosing to redefine what happiness meant, what connection meant. And, you know, I mean, hell, if people can be linked with pain and suffering, they sure as hell can be linked by choosing to be happy and connecting with one another. And so through those times in my life and in the world and just kind of meshing and thinking about things together, S.H.A.P.E just it formed. And I was like, I want to spread my hugs and smiles. I want to be able to have my connection with the world be one of happiness, joy, positivity, and love, And after making that decision, it was crazy, but like it was a mind shift completely. And very much like in spiritual awakenings with the dark night of the soul, that's pretty much where I was. And it was just like, once that shift, it was beautiful. And I was like, this is fantastic. And I want to share with everybody. So that's kind of the basis of this little bad boy here. And
I love that you got to take something that was so hard and difficult, then you found common ground of hard and difficult across the plains, and you were like, you know what? If we can all come together like this, right, in this form of social media world and Zoom worlds and things like that, and have this common suffering, why not shift and reframe? If we can have this kind of connection this way, imagine if we bring in a higher vibration like happiness to be able to start sharing and connecting with. And I love that you got to have that awareness and that awakening to bringing people together in a higher frequency and vibration and spreading it that way, because not a lot of people get to that point. And sometimes it does take us to get to rock bottom before we figure out how to crawl out of it and get to the other side. But the fact that you could still see that there was another side is amazing. The fact that you still had that internal, pull to know that there could be something bigger and better out there is amazing. And I'm so grateful that you had that experience so that you could share your story and share your gifts and share that if we do, I mean, kindness spreads like wildfire, happiness does, right? Like these higher vibrations, people want it, they crave it. And now we get to create like-minded communities, like a virtual book club, that I get to bring happiness to everybody else watching this. Like, this is amazing. So how long did it take you to get all of your thoughts of all the process and stories from here to here? I always love that background. Because like some people have been writing their books for like years, and some was like, oh my God, I channeled this in like 3 months, right? Like it's just crazy what the differences is. So how long did it take you to take all the method to your madness into this beautiful book?
Well, I would say all in all about 6 months. And what I love the most about it was that because really what it is it's a happiness adventure. It's and I the 52 happy hints, we've got 26 that bring more joy to your world individually, and then we have 26 that will bring more joy to other people's lives. And what I did, and it was so much fun. I was like, I'm going to go on this adventure with my readers. And so as I'm writing, I'm going on this adventure with everyone. And so it was great because, I got to sit and reflect upon each happy hint. And, the best part was, and this was so much fun too, is how it all actually came to be about, because I had all the hints and I'm like, well, how am I going to put them together? I don't know, where am I positioning them? It was like a puzzle, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, my lovely publisher, who was our author last week or last month, Mary, she gave me the greatest idea. Put all of your happy hints in a bag, and just when you're ready to write, pick one. And so it was just like kind of like picking oracle cards and things. It was like, what happy hint needed to be shared right this minute, and it was beautiful because as it there was a flow, and it was not my flow, obviously, because I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, so it was so much fun, the process of creating it, because I'm on the adventure with everybody, and that right there was just awesome, because it was spreading the joy that way. I was connecting, you know, with myself. I was connecting with the readers, future readers, and so it was just an amazing process.
That's awesome. How cool that you got to be able to be sort of, coach, Mary's a coach, right, into allowing for the universe to like channel when it is to like bring the next step in, and that you got to tap into your higher self and your intuition to allow yourself to feel comfortable and trust in that process. And what an amazing result to be able to like share and go on the adventure with everybody at the same time. That's amazing.
It really is. And what my hopes are, as you read this, as anybody reads this, is that the adventure doesn't stop there, because these 52 hints were just my thoughts and my experiences with happiness and joy, and my definition, that but my what my aims are to have people reflect upon each hint, and then just go on their own and make this adventure even more big and more happy. And what I like too, I have a little space here, and it's the books in color. That's one of my favorite things too. But after each hint, I give you guys some space
Oh,
to write. It's a little, and it just says happy thoughts. And so you guys can write in the book. You guys can, make copies of pages if you want to keep later, or just whatever. But it's that encouraging to basically to find what happiness is for you, experience it, and then share it.
I love that. So, can we start off with hint one today, which is get curious about your own happiness? So, if you guys are following along, I'd love for you guys to put in the comments what your own definition of happiness is, right? Like I said, mine is about these moments, these experiences, sometimes the reframes of being happy for the little things, right? Like being in that gratitude almost, that brings that vibration of happiness. So if I were to use, this blank space for tonight for my reflection, I would have something about how that I'm grateful that I can reframe things and find moments of happiness, even if they're not exactly what normal people would consider happy, right? But like with my good news today with my foot, I was happy leaving that in there. I was like, this is great news.
Oh,
Like I'm not any worse. That means everything I've been doing is working. Like this is awesome. Like all the hard work is working. And so, as we get into shape, spreading this happiness, I would be curious to see if people wanted to put some of their reflections in the comments until you get your own book. And we will make sure that after the recording today that we'll put the link to get your book in the comments below so that way we can get it. So Martha will send you the link in there. It's been in a couple other posts, but we'll make sure it's in this one as well so that we can all be going through this month of April, getting our thoughts down on paper, which is powerful, as you know, pen to paper, like putting that down, claiming it for yourself, reflecting for yourself. There is power in the pen. There's power in words and speaking it. That's why they were called spells, right? Like you have to
Yeah.
speak it and say it out loud. And that's what's the magic about this group, is that you get to voice your journey. So now I'm assuming that once people get your 52 hints, that you're wanting them to continue their exploration for themselves. The bigger goal is to keep thinking for themselves, keep coming forward, keep getting ideas of how to spread happiness across planet Earth. So have you
Absolutely.
created a new tip that you have come up with yourself that you would be able to share with the group maybe towards the end? That would be
Um,
like the universal, like number 53 for you after you've been on this journey of happiness?
I will get back to you on that one for sure, because
Perfect.
I think that's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see what comes through for sure.
Yay,
I do have to,
absolutely.
ooh, I do have to say though, I am super thrilled because I do now have a working definition of happiness, and I hold on dearly to it. It is it is my connection to myself. It's my connection to Gus, God, universe, source, and it's my connection to others. And that embodying that connection, it's what it's a state of being, and it's that being that brings me calm. It brings me hope, regardless of circumstance, regardless of people. It's that interconnection, and then of course having that interconnection spread outward. So i'm I'm thrilled that through my happiness awakening I have an evolved sense of what happiness is for
And
me.
I love that it's an evolved definition. I think that's a key thing. When we want to define a word, it's, especially something as big as a concept of happiness. I love that you're saying it's like an evolved definition, and it will probably always continue to evolve the more that we learn, experience, grow, more we embody moments of happiness, when we embody the feeling of it, the energy, the frequency of happiness, right? Like that is such a cool thing, because it is an evolution, and there's going to be versions of happiness as we go through our lives. That's always going to be shifting and changing as we shift and change, as we reframe, as we get more lessons and learnings and input coming in. That helps us to evolve our definitions later on. So what a great concept to share with the collective tonight, to have an evolving definition of the word happiness.
Yeah. And I'm so happy that you started off with hint one, because I wanted to bring that up today. What I'd like to do with your permission is, throughout the time that we're together in April, go into our group and post random happy hints, basically kind of as when I was creating the book, would basically just, I'm gonna flip open the book and be like, what happy hint wants to come to us today? And if that's all right with you, I'd love to share.
Yes, the group is yours for the month of April. So you get to put as much engaging graphics, food of thought. You can go live randomly. My happy thought for today is you can go randomly live in the group. The whole point of the group is to have a container, a safe container and space for the authors to be able to share their wisdom, to have the community be as interactive and active as they want to be, and for us to keep inviting more people into the group so that it keeps growing, so we can spread that happiness again across planet Earth. So
I love
yeah,
it.
absolutely. The what is it? The group is yours to do at will and have as much fun and playtime into the group as that you possibly want to put your time and energy and attention into it. It is yours for the month.
Well, thank
Yeah.
you.
So that's why I always joke that my workshops are really called play shops. So I want it to be playtime for us, right? I want our inner child to come out. I want our inner child to have some happy moments, redefine what it feels like to be inner child, to be happy, to be curious, to be playful, to be in this space, get creative right in there. Maybe your happy thoughts for today, if you're more of an artistic thing, is coloring or painting or pictures of it, right? It doesn't have to be words that you write in your book. Whatever inspires. Maybe it's a quote, maybe it's something that you've looked up, maybe it's something that you want to remember back into it. So have the book and the group be your space for this month to really start getting these tips in and being part of a practice, right? Like, it's practice happiness. It's not always happy all the time. Life happens. And so just like breath work is a practice and meditation is a practice and all the things is a practice, we have to practice this frequency of happiness.
Agreed. Absolutely.
So yeah, the more we can play and have fun and interact in the group this month, I think the better it will be for all of us to have a cool experience.
I love it.
Yay, big hugs to you. Love to everyone watching. Hi, Miss Martha. Hi, Miss Mary. So great to have all of you on here. Hello, hello. A person I can't read from here's name, but it's so great. Remember, if you're watching it live, put hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, put hashtag replay. We'll put the link on how you can get to In Shape with your happiness. And we're going to be the next 3 weeks, same time, same bat channel, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Right here, we'll go live on my personal page, and then we'll share it into the group. And we want to make sure that we keep inviting more people into the group so they can get that interactive time in between our lives.
Sounds amazing.
Awesome. Any final thoughts for the collective tonight, my dear?
Oh, get curious, guys.
Yes,
Get
love
curious
that.
about your happy.
Love, love, love that. Well, until next time, much peace, love, and light. Namaste.
Bye-bye.